friends, welcome to my channel, Learn with Lisette, where I teach you how to do a variety of crafting activities, mainly with sublimation or the silhouette cameo, which you see back here. I have a silhouette cameo 4, and my goal with this channel is to continue to create more tutorials. My viewers seem to like that I have a very straightforward, no nonsense, no frills way of explaining design and the way I craft. And it's usually because I am a very busy mom of 2. My kids now do all-star cheer. And so today I am going to be showing you how to personalize these little sports bras, which come from Old Navy, and it's nothing super fancy, just their regular Old Navy active sports bras, but we are making these for the All-Star Cheer team, and so they are going to have a super cute logo here in the middle with glitter vinyl. So join me, and I'll show you how I do it to make it really easy. All right, my friends, so I have you set up where you can kind of see my screen. This is the font bundle that I'm going to be using to write the words, the team name on there. And it is a 31 font bundle from Creative Fabrica. I am going to include the link just in case you really like this and you want to use it. If you want to do it the exact same way I'm doing it. The reason I like Creative Fabrica is because you pay a $9 fee, basically monthly, and it's unlimited commercial use. You can see over here, unlimited downloads, commercial license. And basically, if you were going to buy one of these bundles, it's $8 anyway, so you may as well get the month to month, you know, unlimited price. And so I've already downloaded it. I'm just going to install it on my laptop because I don't have it on this computer. I'm going to show you how to go ahead and install these fonts. And this is the font that I'm going to use today. It's called Graffiti Rebel. And no, it's not. I think it's this one, Urban Rebel. Yes, it's this one. On my Mac, I like to install the OTF files, so you can kind of see, it gives you a little preview of what it's going to look like here. You just click install fonts. I do want to tell you, if you are using Silhouette Studio, you need to close the software before you install a new font so that you will have it available when you reopen your Silhouette Studio. I'm just going to go ahead and install the outline too, even though I'm not going to use it right now. Okay, so I'm going to close that. Even though it gives you a bunch of files to download, you don't have to install them all. You can. They don't take up a lot of space on your computer, but I'm just going to go ahead and close all of that. I'm going to open Silhouette Studio, and I'm doing this all in real time for you so that you can kind of see a tutorial of how I would do it. And so as Silhouette Studio opens, I will just say it will load based on, you know, loading time is based on how many files you have saved in your library. It's also, you know, based on which edition, how many fonts you have, all those things, but it really only takes a second to load. I love Silhouette Studio. I do a lot. I do all of my sublimation work. Actually, that's what this is set up. Cool thing about Silhouette Studio too is that if you make a mistake and close your software, it will recover things that you've been working on. And that's awesome because you don't, you know, you have a chance of saving some items that you had been working on that you didn't save. So I'm going to go over here. I am working on, I'm going to do my page setup first. So here's the page setup. Okay, so I'm just gonna, I like to choose all my options here. Feed type is manual, cutting mat is my 12 by 12 mat. Media size is gonna be 12 by 12 as well. So there we go. Now we have the silhouette set up. I like to see the grid because sometimes I like to place things in certain places. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do over here is go to my text icon. I'm gonna click, our team name is Putty Tats. I already did kind of a sample of this, and I know kind of how I want to lay it out. You just double click so you can edit. Putty tats. Perfect. I select everything. I'm going to go to fill, and it's going to be black. My vinyl is actually black glitter. I just like to kind of see the way it's going to look myself, and we're going to go ahead. You have two places where you can select your font. You can either do it right up here where my cursor is highlighting. These are all your installed fonts as well. Another place you can do it is over here on the sidebar. That is your font panel as well. And here is where you're going to see, like, you know, a lot of different options. You can change your character spacing, the kerning, you know, different options here for specific text, rather than, you know, this is kind of limited. You can only choose a few options. I'm gonna go down because I already know that it is that urban. Let's go all the way down. I have a lot of installed fonts. It's gonna be down towards the bottom. Okay, so it's gonna be, yep, that is it. Isn't that cute? Okay, now I don't remember. Yeah, I did have this. Here we go. Sometimes the capital letters look different, and I kind of want them all to be the same size. So I'm going to select both of these. I want to center them on, like, I want to center them together. And then I want tats a lot closer because it's going on a sports bra and you just don't have a lot of real estate. But I am going to do a glitter offset and so you'll see once I size it correctly. Okay, let me just shift you over a little bit. All right, so here's my sports bra. The way I measure this is going to be basically, I want my decal to kind of sit right in the middle. I don't want to be too far off to any side. You know, I prefer it to be smaller than take up the whole thing, because then it's more visible. These are little girls, so they're not going to be they're not developed the way older girls are. So this, I know, is gonna lay flat. So looking at the measurement, I think 3 inches tall by 5 inches wide is going to be perfect. It's going to sit right in the middle. So what I need to do is make my offset that size. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna put my ruler down. Okay, I can put this down. See, that was the medium-sized sports bra. Let me just make sure it fits. Oh, sorry. Make sure 3 inches fits okay on the small size too. Yeah, so I just want to make these all the same size. So 3 by 5 is going to be big on here, but I think it'll still be okay. Oh, sorry, you can't see that good. There we go. So 3 by 5 is going to be cutting it close on the small size. I think I may make it like 2 3/4. And I'll show you what that looks like again on the computer. Okay. So what I do here is I go ahead and select everything. I'm going to right click. I'm going to weld just to make sure that there's no overlapping cut lines. I'm going to make it a compound path. And then I'm going to create an offset, which is right over here, this little star. You see when you hover over it, it says open the offset panel. We're going to select our shape. We're going to click offset. Let's go a little bigger so you can see. Okay, so right now you can kind of see there are these little shapes in between. So those are going to cut out. I don't want those to cut out. Oh, I don't know what happened here. Okay, I'm going to delete that offset. So I'm going to hit offset again so you can kind of see. So I'm going to increase my offset a little bit more to see if I can get those to go away. Okay, they're almost gone. And that is 0.70. So this is as much as I want kind of hanging around the outside. And I'm going to show you what that's going to look like. Okay, so that creates a whole new shape. You see, you can kind of move this around. I'm going to show you by filling it in a yellow color what that looks like. Okay, so you see these holes? I don't want any of those. I just want a big flat shape that I can cut out of my other vinyl. So if you double click these shapes, you can actually click each point and delete those little points out. That's what I'm going to do here because I don't want my offset any bigger and I don't want those little cutouts in between. So I'm just going to delete. You're going to click, delete, delete. Perfect. And then you click outside of the shape and you see, ta-da, same, kind of the same look, just no holes in the middle, which means nothing else to weed. So if you don't like weeding like me, that is what you're going to do. So I just selected everything with my mouse cursor, and what I'm going to do is center this together. That is your second little crosshairs option right there, because I want it to be exactly centered. Now there are situations where this would look kind of cute, like off to the side, you know, sometimes with like a little, looks like a little drop shadow or something like that, but that is not the look I'm going for this time. I'm just wanting it centered because it needs to go like this on the sports bra. So my next step, I like to make these lines transparent. I don't know why, I don't have a good reason. I just like to kind of see what the finished design is going to look like. And so I'm happy with that. I am going to group these together using Command G, or you can right click and you can click group. They're already grouped together. You can right click and click group. And so this is kind of showing me, each little box on here is 1 inch. So I know that this needs to be a certain measurement because we already measured. So I'm going to hit this little unlock button here. Actually, I'm going to leave it locked because I don't want the proportions to go any which weird way. 2.75 is the widest we can go. So we can kind of see here that when we go 3 inches wide, the height is only about 1 3/4 inches. So sometimes that's all you can do if you want to keep kind of the proportion the same. Oh, I lied. We can go up to 5 inches wide. See? So the height can be, the height is what I needed to make 2.75. You know what? Let me do it up here. 2.75. Even I get confused sometimes. And we can go up to 5 inches wide. Oh, the lock. 2.75 tall. 5. Oh, there we go. Okay, that looks cute. See, I got confused because it was like zoomed in. Okay. All right, so that is basically what my design is going to look like. So I'm going to ungroup these again because I need to cut them out of 2 separate vinyls, right? So one is going to be my black glitter vinyl. This is going to be my neon yellow glitter vinyl. So we're going to flip these horizontally, because when you cut heat transfer vinyl, it needs to be flipped, mirrored. And we're just going to copy paste. I use Control C and V. I need to make 7 of these. So let's see if I have space. 2, 4, 6. Yep, I am barely gonna have space, but I do. And 7. So the thing I love about Silhouette Studio is you can work like this. You can kind of zoom in, zoom out. You can position things where you want them. So I'm gonna just pause the recording and go cut my vinyl to the right size. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you really quick what I use. I buy these big 20-inch rolls of vinyl, and so I have to use my paper trimmer to trim them to the right size. So I did this 12 inches by a little bit of a sloppy line there. So I wasn't recording. I was just gonna say I'm bringing you over to the Cameo with me. I am lining it up right along that gray line, and we are just gonna hit this triangle. That's what I get for using one hand. Okay, so now it's in there correctly. All right, so what we're gonna do here is go to send. I'm going to choose the correct settings. So it's gonna be glitter heat transfer vinyl. I like to manually choose a 1mm blade. The cut settings are already correct. Even though it says cut edge, it's really not a big deal. You can just say cut. In this case, it's the same. It's ready. Send. I already mirrored it, so I'm going to send as is. And let's come back over here. Okay, so our background section is finished cutting, but I'm not going to weed it yet. I'm going to wait until I finish setting up the text part. See? All right, that's a good angle. And basically we're going to do the same thing with the text. We're going to go back and design. We are going to move all of these off to the side. We're going to take the putty tats. We're going to duplicate that. We're going to copy paste it down, down. Oops, I only grabbed one. Where'd it go? There it is. Nope, that's not the one I grabbed. All right. So basically, same thing. Same settings. You can see all the red lines are placed correctly. I like to just re-highlight it again and make sure that cut is selected. It's still heat transfer glitter. We are cutting. It's the manual blade. I leave the settings on default. And I'm going to go ahead and cut my glitter vinyl, which is, it's in a roll. Looks like this. Let's see. Let's open it up. I haven't even opened it yet. Oh, looks like this. Fantastic. It's going to be super sparkly. Cheerleaders love sparkle. Okay, I am going to hit send. I'm going to send as is. Okay, so I just want to show you. It is going to take longer because there's all these little detailed cuts that they have to do, the machine has to do. So it's over here cutting all of that for me. And so you see down here, gives me an estimate of how long it's going to take, 5 minutes. So I am going to, there we go, I've got you back in. I am going to weed while that is cutting. So I'm gonna, oh, sorry. I don't have a lot of space here, so it's kind of difficult. Let me get you overhead. There we go. For weeding, I like to use an X-Acto knife. I have tried a million different tools, and it's my favorite. Great. A moment of truth. Okay, so you can kind of see it didn't come out I mean, it didn't cut like flawlessly, but it cut pretty good. Like normally you just like it to peel off completely with like no little like getting stuck, but this is really good too. No issues. See, it's like lifting a little bit, but it's not a problem. You can just push it down, stick it back onto the carrier sheet. So if I would have done either a second pass, I mean, I really didn't need it, but if I would have done like a second pass or increase my blade depth just a little bit, it probably would have been perfect. But I think this looks pretty good to me. Look at that sparkle. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording and come back when the black text is done so you can watch me weed it. Okay, our text is done. And you can't really see cut lines, but I am going to record weeding in real time so we can see how it came out. Let's see, where's our first? Oh, there it is. Okay, so that's perfect. That's kind of how you expect it to come off, just like really easily and see the correct shape, etc., etc. Now this is like a whole full sheet, so I kind of just like tear at it like let me make sure you can see. Okay. Yeah, so that's kind of how I go about this. Glitter vinyl, if you are new to heat transfer vinyl, glitter vinyl has a different feel. It does not feel like rubbery. It feels almost like paper-like. So it does have a different like feel than normal heat transfer vinyl will feel like. So just know that like when you see it tear like this, it's not that I'm being super rough with it. Well, I mean, I am being rough with it, but it's fine. It's not doing any damage to any of the design or anything like that. I just try to make as much progress as quickly as possible, but you can kind of see it has kind of like a papery texture to it. So yeah, so I like to just go in with my X-Acto knife and kind of weed out the other spaces. Just throw that. All right, so I'm not going to weed all of this on video. I just kind of want you to see what it looks like. And then I'm going to like speed it up. Okay, let's see, where's that P? There we go. D. Okay, so one of these is done. This one right here, that's how it looks. Oh my gosh, so sparkly. And then, I know this is like reaching, but we're gonna press them. I'm gonna press them on video for you, and it is going to look like that on black. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I cannot wait. There is a myth about pressing glitter vinyl on top of glitter vinyl. I have done it successfully before. You just have to be patient. So I'll be right back. Let me finish weeding all of this, and then we'll press and you'll see. All right, so we now have everything weeded. I have everything kind of stacked up over here. This is what it's gonna look like when we press it. Oh, it doesn't want to lay flat. So, you know, something like that. And then here's the sports bra. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so cute. It's really hard doing this one-handed. Okay, so here's the sports bra. It's gonna lay something like this on there. So I think it's gonna be super cute. Let's go to the heat press and see how we get it done. Okay, so here is where the magic gets made on my heat press. So this sports bra is not gonna lay flat. We have a little knot back here, and I think you can see it, yeah. And so that's gonna affect how the glitter is gonna get pressed on here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a t-shirt to stick it in there to kind of use as a pressing pillow. So I don't have a pressing pillow with me right now. I am just going to kind of stick this in there, see if that'll work. You can kind of get creative. So it does lay flat, so that's good. Let me just, yeah, so it brings it up a lot higher. Okay, so what I do when things are up too high is kind of take out some extra layers. Okay. So let's close that, see how that looks. Okay, perfect. So I'm able to press it, and you know, with different things like this, you just want to kind of keep it as smooth as possible. It might not come out perfect, and we kind of got to be okay with things not being perfect. I do like for things to come out perfect, but you know, if they don't, it is not the end of the world. Okay, so I'm gonna place the first part, the base basically, and just do what they call like a kiss press. Let's see if we can get that to work right. It's just for about 5 seconds or so. Okay. And then you're gonna peel that off. It's just enough to get the glue to like adhere, but not stick, you know, not the whole time, so that now when you do your second layer, you get that centered on there. The second layer, we're gonna press for the whole time. All right, moment of truth. That came out super cute. So I'm just gonna give it one more quick little press for about 5 seconds just to really set that on there. Now, I would do this differently if these girls were, let's say, differently developed. But because I know this is going to sit flat on the chest, it's not a problem. It is a big piece of vinyl, but it is totally fine. And I think that looks adorable. So that is how you can really personalize a custom item and really make it look high-end. These are going to be part of our year-end goodie bags competition kickoff goodie bags. And again, I think it looks super cute. Let me know what you think in the comments, or if you have any questions. Here's what it looks like on the inside. There's no evidence of anything. It pressed really beautifully, and it does have a little bit of a papery feel, but it is just for practices, and the kids are going to love them. So again, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them in the comments, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.